I've raced my dirt bike in Angel Stadium. I've been a supporting act for bands that have been on world tour. But here today, I'm going to talk about why being 2 years sober is my biggest accomplishment. Let me tell you my journey. Let's go. So in today's episode, I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable with you guys, and just bear with me and hear my story. I'm going to give you a story that is raw and 100%. Not like these other people that are telling you, oh, you should get sober, all like that. I'm going to tell you what my story is, and maybe you can relate with it. So growing up, I was racing motocross my entire childhood, all the way until I was 19 years old. And when I was 19 years old, I was, I hit a breaking point with my family, and I had to throw the towel for racing. At that point is when I turned into partying really hard. And it went from me being literally a professional athlete, a good kid in high school, pretty much, like would rarely drink, into being a full-blown alcoholic and doing the stuff that you smell that is white. Pretty much I was actually partying like Motley Crue because I saw that movie and it was a big actual inspiration for me to start actually playing gigs, which is hilarious. But just because I wanted to live that thing, but I actually took it to a level of just partying as absolutely hard as I could. And that turned from it being fun to it getting really, really dark. So the alcohol and stuff like that, it all started, just like everyone else, you hang out with friends, you drink, you have fun, you have a good time. And after like about a year of just doing that, partying on the weekends and, having a good time, then it started to get a little different, and, I met this guy named, I'm just going to leave his name blank. And we started partying pretty hard, but he was into music. He was in a band. So I was like, all right, let's go. He had a cool look, and I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. So, we started drinking and having fun, but it was music-based in the beginning, 100%. It was music, and then we would drink after. And then after, it was music and then drink during music. And then after that, it was drink and then music. And then it was just drink and go to the bar and maybe we'll play. And then, but we were hanging out every day. Like we were inseparable and we were drinking a lot. And then one day it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. We're at a bar and this guy came up to us. We look cool. We look like rocker dudes. And, he offered, we were in the bathroom and he offered a little sniff of this stuff. And then that's when things really took a turn, because after that, I was hooked. Because with me, it's like this with everything, with motocross, with music and everything. It's like when I start doing something, I'm all in. Same with this YouTube channel. We're going to be all into this. This is what I want to do. So when I'm in that mindset, like, we got to do it. There is not like, oh, we're not going to do it. Like, I'm going to make it happen. So that is a really bad mindset to have with drinking, to go, because I like to go all the way up to the top. Every time I drink, I want to get really drunk. And same with the party stuff. Let's get a lot and let's do a lot and let's have crazy time. But with my problem with alcohol, it wasn't like a lot of these YouTubers that you see on here where they're like, oh, like I'm sober and I used to drink like 2 days a week. I was drinking heavy every single day. And like, I would drink to get drunk. I wouldn't drink to just, oh, I want to taste this alcohol. It's like, I would drink to get absolutely blasted because I was living like Motley Crue. I was the party guy. I was the fun guy. My nickname was Reckless. Like, I was just living on the edge and it was dangerous, and I'm very fortunate. I say I'm fortunate because, I never got a DUI, even though I was an idiot, and I'm not proud of that, and I do not condone that whatsoever. But, I would get behind the wheel like an idiot, and I was just reckless, and I had been in the back of a squad car. I've been in fights. But I've never gotten arrested or spent time behind bars somehow. Anyway, after all this partying and stuff, this is about 5-year time span of just going absolutely ridiculously hard and thinking I was cool. And then I formed this band right here, Lucid Intent. You can kind of see that's my band I'm in now. And then things started to, I was still drinking, I was still partying, but my drummer, he doesn't drink at all. And I was just going, and I was getting really tired and not understanding why, that I was just spinning my wheels. Like I was in the same spot every year. I wasn't progressing, and I was like, what the heck is going on, dude? Like, I weigh the same, my body looks the same, I was working out, but I was drinking heavy still. And this is the turning point. This is one random day. I wasn't friends with the first guy I started drinking with. And then one day out of the blue, we hung out. We haven't hung out in a while at this point, like 6 months. We hang out and we go on an absolute bender, like a ridiculous 3-day thing. We were doing all kinds of the smelly stuff, and we're getting drunk as all can be, you know, and we didn't really sleep. And I'm much up for like 50 hours straight, maybe more. And I went to a bar, and when I was there, I guess I collapsed in the parking lot. And then I got ambulanced out, and I woke up in the hospital waiting room, and I got billed for the ambulance ride and stuff. And I was like in the morning, I didn't have my phone or nothing. So I go to the hospital, and then there was Starbucks in there, and I actually had my buddy, he was there, and you know, he let me use his phone. His name is Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. You are a blessing. And we still hang out. He actually goes to the track. It's actually a crazy small world. I'm not one of those guys that like preach to get sober. Like if you drink and you can handle it, you can do your stuff, then have fun. I live in bars still because I'm a musician. So I just don't drink anymore. And there's nothing wrong with people that drink. I hang out with people that drink every time. So I'm not judging you if you're drinking, but if you have a problem, hear me out on this one. So in the beginning stages of this, it is very lonely. You feel weird. You go out and you don't have an identity. Your identity is being drunk, and it's kind of weird. You're like an awkward guy all of a sudden. You know, you're outspoken when you're drinking, and then out of nowhere you're yourself. And that is a huge lesson that you have to take in, and it's a big turning point. And that's because alcohol is like a social lubricant, you know. You're able to be more flamboyant and like not feel judged or whatever, but that is a huge thing that is hard, is learning how to be yourself. Also, another thing that is a huge blessing is learning how to deal with problems and not just drink them away, and actually deal with them. And you learn so much because you're able to deal with them and observe them, and then you don't make the mistakes again. When you're drinking all the time and you're partying, you make a mistake and then you drink more and then you make it again because the consequences don't feel real. But when you're sober, you feel everything, which some people might be like, oh, that's bad. But honestly, it is really good for character building and development, and just actually elevating, because you learn from your mistakes. It's really crazy. And another thing is friends. You really learn that when you're at the bar and you're hanging out, you have all these friends, everyone knows who you are. When I would walk to the bar, everyone's, oh, Corey. You realize that none of those people really actually care about you. And that's a little sad too. You know, the first stages of getting sober is actually very depressing, because you realize, I don't have anyone here for me. People just want to party. And you say you're getting sober. Some people they're really supportive. There's a lot of people that come out and are supportive. A lot of people that have been sober for a long time that are really supportive about it. But all the people that you party with, they don't want to hang out with you because you're not going to benefit them in any way. You know, you're not going to go have fun. You're not going to drink, and it's going to be weird. And they feel kind of intimidated a little bit because you're not drinking, but that goes away, trust me, because you learn how to be yourself and you're not the awkward guy anymore. But one real massive benefit is the progress in the work that you do. You know, you really become a machine. That's if you're driven like me. Like, you're able to get so much stuff done, and you wouldn't have been able to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that when I was drinking at all. I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done with the band, the music, the motocross, and getting back into motocross, which is incredible. And I'm so happy I'm able to share this with you guys. This means a lot to me, for you guys to be a part of Team Davey. Another thing, like I said earlier, with friends not being there, you actually get real friends. Like, people that genuinely care about you. After time, it takes time. You get to figure out, you learn yourself, and then people learn you, and you're yourself, and people are attracted to that. People want to be around someone who is them, because I have no idea why, but when you're drunk, you might have all these fake little friends, but like, you actually develop real friendships that, you know, can last a lifetime for who knows, you know, and that would never happen when you're drinking, as crazy as it sounds, like partying. And also another crazy thing is my fitness journey is been crazy. And because you got to do something. When you get sober, you got to find something to do, because your mind will go crazy, because drinking is a thing. You know, it takes time up out of your day. So when you're not drinking, you get sober, there's a long period of time that you're like, well, what the heck do I do? What am I supposed to do? Go to the gym. Trust me, go to the gym. I've lost over 60 pounds right now, which is insane. And it's just life changing. I've completely reshaped who I was in every way. And I mean, I give it all to that one decision of becoming sober 2 years ago, which is crazy. 2 freaking years, dude. Insane. See, this isn't my normal form of content, but I just wanted to put that out there, because, you know, with the metal scene, there's a lot of alcohol involved, and, you know, how are you going to be a rock star and you aren't partying? It's like, I'm fortunate because now I get to remember every little thing. And if I have a bad show, which is inevitable, it happens, you know, when I have bad shows, I'm able to learn from that instead of just drinking my problems away and doing it over again. You know, at least now I'm able to do that, but I'm able to remember so much, and it feels way more rewarding. And another huge benefit of getting sober is the money savings, dude, is out the wazoo. I have this Quitzilla app on my phone, and it says that I've saved over $35,000 from when I started, which is obvious because, you know, I bought 2 brand new dirt bikes off the showroom floor, which, what the heck, dude? I never thought I'd be able to do that. I have all this music equipment for playing shows. I have these lights. I bought all this, invested in myself. Yeah, sure. The money is going other places, but at the same time, it's going places that are into something that I love. And that is huge. So if you do get sober, you will have a lot more money. That is for certain. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. It's a lot different, a little bit out there, but just to kind of show you who I am a little more and let you guys know. And if you guys like metal music as well, or if you like riding motocross and dirt bikes and stuff like that, please hit subscribe and be a part of Team Davey, because we are a family here and we're a small channel and we are growing. And this one, I got a little sentimental with you guys, and got to show you a little bit of who I am and where I'm going, and why this channel means a lot to me. So be a part of the movement. Let's go, dude. We got a lot of crazy stuff coming up here. We're going to be traveling to Colorado, all kinds of stuff on the vlog. We're going to hit some motocross tracks, and I just want you guys to be part of that. So hit that subscribe button if you are this far. I appreciate everything. So Team Davey, oh!